voice of the Lord.
I hear you calling.
Oh, he's calling for you. Come on, he's waiting for you. Sing it passionately to God. I hear you. Say, come, come on, I'm running to you. I'm running to you, Lord.
I hear you calling.
Pursuing you. I'm running for you. I need you, Lord. I need you so. Yeah. Forever I will run unto you. You have me, Lord. All of me, Jesus. Yes, you will. I'm running to you, God. Yeah. I will run unto you, oh God. Where else can I go? Forever I will, ever I will. Come on, everyone all over this place, just lift your voice to God. Come on, if you hear God calling you tonight, if you can hear the voice of God calling you, okay, come, calling you by name, waiting on you. Would you lift your voice and say, I'm running to you. I'm running to you. I hear you calling me. Oh, yes. Yes. I hear you calling. Say, I hear you calling. Can you hear the voice of the Lord? Come, whatever you need. Whatever you need. He's calling you by name. He's waiting on you. Just keep believing. Keep on believing, yeah. Come to Jesus. Run to Jesus. Come on, run after him. Aggressively. Pursue him. Pursue his presence. I hear you calling. I hear you calling. Come on, give it up.
Everybody clap your hands right here. We will fight and we will win. Come on, SOV, say.
We will fight
And we will win.
and we will win.
We speak victory.
We speak victory to every trial we're in.
We are overcomers
We are overcome
by the blood of the
by
Lamb.
the blood of the Lamb.
No longer defeated,
Longer defeated,
but we're winners now.
we're winners.
Clap your hands right here. Come on, SOV. Woo! We always win. Let's do it one more time. Come on, y'all.
We will fight
And we will win.
and we will win. We speak victory to every trial we're in.
We are overcomers
We are overcome
by the blood of the Lamb.
by the blood of the Lamb.
No longer defeated,
Longer defeated,
but we're winners now.
we're winners.
Yes, sir. Kingdom declaration. We always win. Let's go, Felicia.
We always
Yes, sir.
win. We always win. No matter what may come my way, we always
Say it
we
again.
always win. We always win. No matter what the circumstance, we always win. We always win. We always win.
My God, my
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on
Connecting
this
the
program are
community
not
through
necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Ask Elaine. Better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine. Better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine. Better ask Elaine.
We're back, y'all. We're back. It's Wednesday. Hope you all are out there prepared. A lot of folks like to do those turkeys. Poor turkeys.
Well,
Poor
the
turkeys.
president pardoned two of them
He
only.
pardoned
Only two. The rest are
two
gone.
of them.
We'll
They
see
weren't
them tomorrow.
intended to be on the table either. Anyway,
We'll
but
see the rest of them on the table tomorrow.
hey, I'm just so happy for all of you. I am just so pleased. Hubby and I have been invited to our to his sister and brother-in-law's house.
Okay.
So Sandra and Keith Tucker will have two extra ones at the table. Oh, my
but where
sister
the cake
Nita
going
is
to be now?
going.
Where the cake's going to be?
Well, Cake Lady, Cake Lady moved to Wisconsin.
What?
She relocated to Wisconsin. She
No
is a
one
true
told me
military
this.
person. She was military.
Yes.
Did a stint in the army. Her two sons, one lives in Wisconsin. We're talking about Cake Lady Beverly, my sister, y'all. But one son is in Wisconsin. He's retired from the
Okay.
Air Force.
Okay.
The other son is in New York. He was in
Okay.
Philadelphia. He is a professional artist, cartoonist.
Wow.
He does comic books.
Nice. That's
He
a lot
does
of money in
comic
that.
books.
A lot of money in
And
that.
as a matter of fact, he had a display in the Philadelphia airport.
Wow.
They asked him to do a huge display.
Oh, I'd love to know
Anyway,
more.
my sister Beverly decided she was going to move to Wisconsin to
I
be
wish I
close
had
to
known
two
that.
of the grandchildren.
I could have got
So
me some
all
cake
y'all
when I was in Milwaukee
who
earlier
love the Cake Lady and all of her cakes,
this year. We got to go to the battleground.
hey, you
stage
got to
again.
go to number 2. You got to go to Plan B. We want to welcome Randy Crawford,
Hey,
Overseer
look
Mabel
for the union
Randall,
label.
who have joined Ask Elaine. This is your voice, Commissioner Elaine Lucas, and was recently sworn in as Water Board member. And it's a pleasure to have you there. Our special guests today, y'all, are none other than Kimberlyn Carter, who is the executive director of Rep Georgia, which just has done fantastic work. She's here with us. Our other special guest is none other than the longest serving legislator who's about to be sworn in the second Monday in January. And we'll tell you about that, y'all. We're taking a bus load of folks up to witness the swearing in because he'll be making history. None other than
wonderful.
Senator David Lucas,
Yes.
who represents us in the 26th Senatorial District. Kim, guess how many votes he got with no opposition? I'm not bragging, y'all. I'm just giving you information.
Well, go ahead so I can do the bragging.
How many votes did you get, Senator?
I don't know. You told me how many.
He got like 26,000 votes with no opposition. And so that says that really says something.
That's right.
Yeah, those people
He didn't have to
want
steal
tell them
no
what it
votes.
means.
I think you're
Kim.
about
He didn't have to
2,000
steal no
short.
votes.
28,000. Yeah, it was 20. I thought you didn't know. It was 28.
Oh, now you know he knows numbers.
28 thousand.
Which was actually 2,000 more votes than Trump got in Bibb County.
That's right. That's right. Because in Bibb County, Kamala Harris won. She got like 40, 40, how many?
42,172
Yes, yes. And Cheeto Man only got what, 26? And then all the Democrats won, unless there was a Republican with no opposition. But we now have, tell us about that. Y'all, whichever one, tell us about the makeup of the local Bibb delegation, or any highlights that you want to share.
Yeah, David, tell us how our delegation will be.
Well, Tangy Herring won.
Yeah, Tangy.
Anessa Jones won.
Democrat.
Miriam Parrish won.
Democrat.
And Floyd Griffin won.
Democrat.
And Dale Washburn.
Republican.
Right. That's it on the House side. On the Senate side, there's John Kennedy, Rick Williams, and David Lucas.
Okay, you will recall of some years ago.
So how many Republicans again? Is that just Dale?
There are 3
John,
Republicans, 1 Republican in the House, and 2 Republicans in the Senate.
Okay, and how many Democrats again?
Democrats would be 5.
Okay, so they've got some decisions to make come the second week of January when they're all sworn in.
We can work
please call me. Let me know if you're interested in traveling with us up for the swearing in. We really want to let the folks know that we're proud of Senator Lucas.
Yes, we are.
And we want to be there. And they may fuss at us or whatever, but we're going to clap when your swearing in takes place. So, you know,
and David may not like the word, but David is a true progressive. I mean, David is, before it became, a buzzword. I mean, David has always been a progressive. And those of us who have lived here all of our lives should be extremely grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because we know that progressive policy is not only popular with our people, it's really the only policy that moves the needle for our people.
That's right.
But but I will say this: one of the things that I was really excited about was that Kamala Harris beat Hillary Clinton and how many votes she got out of Macon Bibb and out of and out of our state. But to our newly elected state legislators, what I want you to do is go over to the Macon Bibb County map website. I want you to print a picture of a Macon map. I want you to put it on your mirror, and I want you to wake up every morning and say, "Thank you, Lord," and "Thank you, Macon." Because for Tangi Herring didn't win any precincts in Monroe County. She only won 5 out of 9 precincts in Bibb County, which gave her a slither of a win of 251 votes.
Right.
So every morning, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Macon.
Thank you, Macon Bibb black voters.
That's right.
Thank you, Macon Bibb County black voters.
And she's saying that because people don't need to forget.
Let's be very clear. I'm talking about black voters.
Elected them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And to our newly elected state legislator, Floyd Griffin. Floyd, I want you to wake up.
Floyd,
I want you to say, "Thank you, Lord," and I want you to say, "Thank you, Macon Bibb County black voters," because Floyd lost Baldwin County, his home county, and he lost Jones County, but Macon Bibb gave him a
That's
margin
right.
of 3,696 votes
East Macon
coming
to
out of
be
East Macon.
exact. Yeah.
So, Floyd, I know
All
you
right.
love Baldwin County. And don't be mad at me, Commissioner Davis. I love you, Emily Davis. But Floyd, good morning. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord.
say
And thank you,
you.
Macon Bibb
Now,
County Black voters.
Floyd, Kimberly,
And you
Floyd
said
is planning a series of
gonna
town
work now.
hall
Yeah.
meetings.
I can't
He's
wait.
having one Saturday, December 7th
Need to
in
be in
Baldwin
Macon.
County.
The first one
He's
need to be in
having
Macon.
one in East Macon on December 14th, and we're gonna talk
Okay,
about it.
okay.
It'll be on my Facebook page.
Okay.
We'll announce it in as many forums as we possibly can. And then the Jones County constituents are encouraged
That's great.
and welcome to attend either
right.
one, whichever one you're closer to, either the one that's at Trinity CME Church in Baldwin County or the St. Paul AME Church one on Sherling Drive. So Representative elect Floyd
That's
Griffin
awesome.
has already scheduled.
And you know what? And this is why I don't believe in this. We only need to get young people to run for office stuff.
You need some experience.
We have to have experience. And let me tell you, don't let Floyd Griffin's age fool you. He is going to be one of the hardest working people up there in that state legislature. So buckle up, Carolyn Hughley and Tanya Miller, because you have someone coming who's going to have a lot of questions and going to hold a lot of people accountable. Y'all agree with me on that? He ain't going to be sitting up there with everything just flying by.
No.
You know, so I do love that. No. And then last but not least, to Anissa Jones.
Yes.
Thank you, Jones. Lord. And thank you, Macon Bibb County Black voters, because she didn't win one precinct in either of the two Rutlands. In Rutland 1 or Rutland 2 or in the Houston County Northside High School.
Those that are majority
precinct, okay?
white.
So let's be very clear about
who is
elected vote. That's right. That's right.
We want to welcome Hildred Jones. She says good afternoon. And my sister Nita is there. Hello. Ricky Crawford. He says I was there. It was great. Yeah. And then
I thought I saw Randy and Ricky on.
We usually have Randy is there. Ricky and Randy.
Okay.
Good afternoon to you. And then Overseer Randall. The other one I think is left from Ms. Winston from this morning.
Okay.
When Apostle was on. Do you ever listen to the Apostle in the morning?
Yes, I do.
Oh my
People
goodness.
love Apostle.
It gets they get kind of X-rated sometimes.
Let me tell you,
I have to.
That show needs to go national.
It really does.
Like Ricky Smiley and all those.
Ricky Smiley,
that show needs to be national.
Yeah, and he has huge numbers. But we want to welcome all of these folks who've joined us, those who are on AM, FM, and those who've joined us here on The Glory. Thank you so very much. And we want to express appreciation to those who were with us at the swearing in at the Douglas Theater last Thursday.
It was
if you want to check our Facebook page, and maybe our engineer can, the world's best engineer.
Yeah, Brother Jackson.
Can post a few of the pictures here. Yeah, that's there we are. And I was sworn in. I was so honored to be sworn in by my sorority sister, Judge Pam White Colbert. The former chair, Sam Hart, was there. He was the MC. I want that experience.
That's awesome.
And he has agreed to work with me and fill me in on all of the details on the Water Authority. So you go and get you somebody who knows. And of course, Desmond Brown, who has held it down for us.
I tell you.
Held it down. I want to thank him. He was at the swearing in at the Douglas Theater. That's
That's our
Commissioner
commissioner
elect Bryant,
She's
Donis
really,
Bryant,
really in
who
the
was
community.
there. And that's Senator and me. We were at the United Negro College Fund event
Did
where
Justine come down this year? Justine Boyd.
yes,
She was here.
yes, yes,
Good.
yes.
Good.
And that's a picture of a lot of the ladies who were there.
Hey,
Gwen
Gwinnett got
Westbrook.
an award somewhere from Forrest Johnson or something.
Who?
Gwinnett Westbrook.
She did.
Okay.
She surely did. And
Congratulations,
Dr.
my
Wanda West.
NAACP president.
Dr. Wanda West. And then the Youngs, Troy.
Oh, wonderful people.
Mr. and Mrs. Young
Yes.
received an award. There's a picture
They're
of
amazing community leaders.
Gwinnett with standing behind the senator. She was beautiful. And there I am up on the stage, and I was recognized.
Oh, you got an award?
And received an award from
Congratulations.
Forrest Johnson and
want him to
United
run for
Negro
office.
College Fund. He
want him to
does
run for
so
office.
much. You know, he
I want him
gave
to run for
away what 1,200 dinners, Thanksgiving dinners today. He
I've
had
been
4
sending the
different
messages
locations.
to him, to anybody that I know that knows him.
He
he'd
really
be a
does
great
need to.
Elected official.
Yeah, he does. He serves a lot of clients in this
He
area,
does.
but he gives back.
Yes, and
all
he
the
serves
time.
with integrity and dignity.
Yeah. But we were so honored just to be there. But I hope that y'all got a chance to put down the
Do y'all have a
dates
souvenir
for-
from the swearing in, or just a program or something to put in my
they had the programs on
If you
they
get it
had a
for me.
QR code that was
Okay,
on the
okay.
table, and you could use your phone to pull
Okay,
up
I'll see what I
the
can find.
program. But we have a lot of pictures,
Okay.
so
I'll put it in my
they're
little
on there.
scrapbook.
And we will be receiving an award, a plaque or trophy or something. This was what I was told. So it was just an honor. One
I
other
can't
thing.
wait for you to be on this water board.
Oh,
Baby,
I'm so
you're talking
excited about
honey,
it.
we gonna be
I'm
surfing.
so excited.
We gonna be surfing in the truth when she gets there.
Let me tell you,
I
you're gonna
can't
find
wait
out
for her to
more
get to the water
about
board,
the
y'all.
water board than you ever wanted to know.
I can't wait.
I've gone through orientation. This is my book, Senator. You see my notebook. But
Baby,
I
get
sat
your
in.
surfboards and your water skis
Look,
ready,
I
honey.
got all of this information on the water board and the bond issue recently passed or approved bond issue. I'm going to be asking for the information as to which sections of town have already had the repairs, storm
That's right, the
drainage
storm drainage. I
repairs
worked on that
done.
project a little bit with
And-
I can't remember Tony.
Right, Tony Rojas.
Yeah.
And we're going to be looking at what areas are left to be repaired. We know downtown is done.
Mhm.
We know they're brand spanking new. They
Mhm.
went down
Mhm.
in the inside of Macon.
Right.
And repaired all of that. There's some other things that have been done as well. So what we've got to do is to see what other areas are left to be done,
But honey, I
and
can't
the
wait till you
funding
get-
mechanism. I'm excited. I am very excited.
I'm more excited about you on the water board than these crazy cabinet picks going up there for Trump.
Oh, now that makes
We
me
talk about that a little
nervous.
bit later.
I don't know.
But we do have a note in here from Brother Randy Crawford.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that about he wants you to do a big shout out about our Northeast Raiders over there?
Oh, yes.
That's
The
amazing.
Northeast Raiders are going into, is it the second or the
state
third?
playoffs? Okay.
They are just doing a fantastic
This is exciting.
job.
Where's the game
it's
being
great.
played, Brother Crawford?
The next one is in Fannin County,
Okay.
way up north.
Okay,
It's like a
okay.
3-hour drive,
Okay,
and there's a
great.
fan bus
Okay,
that's
wonderful.
going up. They are. It's everybody's just so excited. There's so much energy on the east side
Okay,
now,
this is great.
and I just compliment the parents
Okay,
who support
me too.
all of the boosters, quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
They're
Okay,
in the
okay.
quarterfinals,
That's
and
great.
they're just fantastic. And
But
Coach
I'm
Wiggins,
happy to hear about that. I'm a football player's daughter,
yeah,
football coach's daughter, so football is in my blood. And then we
Yeah.
have a football player on the panel with us today.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
even, I mean, I'm just going to say, I know when Colin took his knee and everybody was like, we were going to boycott the NFL. I was like, I can't.
Oh, it didn't
Yeah,
last
I can't.
long.
He didn't even want to boycott the NFL.
No,
He still want to play right now.
Yeah,
so.
he does. But Randy, the quarterfinals,
That's
and
wonderful.
Northeast just continues to improve. Northeast is one of those high schools that has so many graduates of the school.
Absolutely.
So many
Of
former
distinction.
students who have gone on and finished college and
agree.
have come back to work
Of distinction. That's
at
amazing.
Northeast. And Jeremy Wiggins, who is the head football coach
Mhm.
at Northeast, winning coach, is a graduate of
Yes, he
Northeast
is.
High
Big
School,
shout out,
and
Coach Wiggins.
is doing so well with the young folks there.
We hope it can last, because they say they're getting ready to tear down the whole Department of Education. So they're going to make it disappear.
Well, that's one of the things Elections have consequences.
That's all I got.
And that's one of the things that we want. That's our topic for today. Elections have consequences. We've been talking about this Project 2025 for a long time. And I think some people just didn't believe. They were saying, oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. He's not going to do that. That clown meant every word that he said. He meant every word. And he is putting the folks in place. You've got somebody who picked up a dead baby bear, roadkill. Robert F. Kennedy picked up a baby bear and remembered he was going to eat it. It was going to be food for him. And he remembered that he had a flight to catch. So he came up with this scheme where they took the bear and placed it somewhere where it would be found and people would think that it had been run over. Now, that's who's going to be making health decisions. That's one of the ones named a part of who's going to be running our government. Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to be one making decisions about efficiency. Elon Musk is making money off of the government, but is going to be making decisions on governmental efficiency, where there should be cuts. Elections have consequences. And some of these folks who think that Trump is just going to hurt black and brown folks, you wait. Just wait. Anybody who doesn't have, who's not a millionaire, billionaire, they don't count in Trump's world. So, have you got some more stats that you want to share with us?
Before I start talking about these white folks, papaya messiah, I just wanted to just really talk about and thank once again Black folk for putting this Biden-Harris administration in. I don't know how important it is for us to understand that in the past couple of weeks, Joe Biden's had 61 Black federal judges.
Yes. Uncle Joe.
So I know that the media and all these folks are trying to make everybody think that this Trump is so super powerful and can't be stopped and all of this kind of thing. But it is incredibly important for us to also remember that that we are still a nation of laws. Even though he's an outlaw, we are still a nation of laws. And we have 61 black federal judges. That's because of your votes. We got a black woman sitting on the Supreme Court.
Right.
Who's going to be there for a much longer time.
Right.
That's because of your votes. This infrastructure bill, this America Rescue Plan, we still see it. We're seeing
We're getting money.
today.
Yeah.
We're seeing that money working for our communities today. The greatest response to a natural disaster that we have ever seen. The response was so great they had to make up lies about it, frightening people up there in North Carolina. I don't know if we have anything in, but this same man, Pete Buttigieg, so they opened up and they give it in transportation department. But I know, Senator Lucas, that for me, when I'm riding all around the state now, I see those federal dollars that have improved road infrastructure. I used to not even ride on the roads and get on the roads used to be so bad.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care if I'm going to Swing or going down to Stewart County, driving to Brunswick or whatever. The roads are so much better because of these federal dollars. I am a beneficiary along with several friends of mine with their student loan debts being erased. I had a high bill from a day at George Washington University for my master's. The reduction in the cost of insulin.
Right.
I mean, just that alone. I lost my medicine bag on a flight and had to get my medicine. I thought I was going to pay some. So they're like, no, it's this new law that's being passed now where these pharmacies. And I was like, what? And I just went over there, got my medication. The free COVID tests we received, the vaccines and the boosters. I mean, I know I can go on and on and on. All of us that got pension plans, 401ks, stock market. We've seen this administration, this Biden-Harris administration, truly make this a better
And
place.
it's
Black
about to
unemployment
be
is down.
different.
I'm telling you, if somebody black today ain't got a job in the Biden administration, I'm like, okay, well, what we need to do, because we need to figure something out, right? All this big boom of black businesses, we see it here in this community as well. So, so don't let what happened on November 5th trick you into believing that our votes still don't have power.
Oh, they have
the very
power.
fact that we have State Senator David Lucas, our votes have power. The very fact that we now will have an accountable voice to join Desmond Brown on a water board that has almost been a secret society for as long as I've lived in Macon, thanks to Frank Amerson, God rest his soul. He died a Democrat. He was like, I ain't changing with these crazy folks. But all of those things mean that our votes still have power.
Right.
That we still have a voice in this. Care who got elected, we still have a voice in this.
That's right.
And elections do have consequences.
They do. They
Both
do.
sides.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I did want to ask Senator Lucas now. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, Senator Lucas. I feel like Joe Biden would have won Pennsylvania.
You're probably right.
And I feel like this whole switcheroo thing, we should have just rode with the horse that brought us.
Well, there was discussion among young folks that Uncle Joe was too old. And that was spread, and there was dissension within the party. But it is what it is. Excuse me. It is what it is.
Yeah, get your flu shot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got my flu shot,
I go get mine.
I'm reminding our listeners, the flu shot, the COVID, get all of it, because we don't know whether it's going to be available under RFK. He's up there
Oh,
drinking raw milk and getting bird flu.
Can you
and
imagine
stuff.
that he wants us not to have
He-
homogenized milk? Have you ever been on a farm and really had real milk directly?
Look, we're in for it. But tell us about the impact of Joe Biden and the Democrats, the impact that it's had on state monies, where that money came down from the federal government and then y'all passed it on through, where the state folks got a chance to take credit for it.
Well, they're gonna always take credit for a lot of things, and when you say that, we talk about the majority party that's in the legislature now. We talk about elections. One of the things I want to bring up is the Macon Bibb County Water and Sewage Authority. They have the largest districts in Bibb County. Their district is 37,500 people. They make $10,000. The Water Authority has more money than the Bibb County government.
Yes, sir.
And they are like bullies that if something goes wrong, they don't want to do anything about fixing it. I was trying to deal with the guy at ABC Liquor Store. The only permits they fined for the building was in 1962.
Why?
DOT, Department of Transportation, saw the road sinking, and they had repaved it. They came and ran cameras under the ground and found that the lateral line, that's the sewer line, coming from ABC Liquor Store, went into the storm drainage system. That means the raw waste was going in and not in the regular sewer system to be treated. They cut ABC Liquor Store water off in February. And what they said is that he needed to go out there and fix it. Now, remember in 1974, the Macon Water Sewage Authority was created. That was the same year I got elected. That they passed that law prior to me getting to the legislature. And what it said is that the Macon Water Sewage Authority would take over all properties and liabilities. In other words, whatever liability it was, because the Macon Water City Commission was really finna go bankrupt. They finna go out of business. That's the reason the authority was created. Now, when you look at it, you got Lake Arrowhead, that's on the east side of town, downhill all the way. When we have plenty of rain, they get plenty of water. What you have to look at, we got an urban teacher who's finna build a new building, 100 jobs or so. But that comes from abatements. But what you look at is the Water Authority just passed $113 million worth of bonds. And now in January, it goes up on the water rate again. And what I'm saying is we're not sitting at the table. There's not two governments, there's one. You used to have an appointment by the county going to the Water Authority, an appointment by the city. We need to take one of those appointments because the city needs representation because they put plenty of money over there for the Water Authority too. But what we need to do is have 7 districts, electable districts,
rather than the 4
than the 4 that you have. And what that would do was bring down the average size of the district to 22,000 people. And we need to up the salary from 10 to 15. Because you're talking about having to go down there and what you're dealing with is millions of dollars, not thousands.
Right.
Millions of dollars that will impact this community. And part of the problem is we're not at the table.
Exactly.
We're not at the table.
Exactly.
You know, when I was talking to the Water Authority, you know what they told me about ABC,
the water out.
the water. They told me it was a private matter. I said it wasn't private when you cut his water off. I said, but that's all right. I'm gonna say the same thing. It's a private matter now. We need 7 districts. and those districts would be 22,000. Now that's larger than the county commission district.
Okay, how would you go about, how does that have to be done? The water authority cannot redraw its own line. How would that
That
be
would
accomplished?
that would have to come through the General Assembly.
Right, right.
And I'm gonna propose it, and y'all are hearing about it now. Elections have consequences,
They
Yes,
do.
sir.
and we're a diverse community, and we need to be part and sitting at the table when you're cutting up the pie, and that's all to it. And so by creating the 7 districts, then you lower the
But-
number of citizens per district from 37,500 to 22,000.
Better
They are still
representation.
larger
Yes.
than your county commission district because they're 17. So when you get to 7 districts, you got one at large, which is the chairman, and then you have one appointee from the city or the consolidated government, which means that you will have 9 folks on the water and sewer authority. It's no more unfair.
It sounds
And
logical.
Yeah.
and we need to understand that we're a part of this community and we have problems. These old pipes in these old communities
That's right.
need to be fixed.
That's right.
A lot of them are terracotta pipes.
Yes,
Tree-
they are.
Trees go through them.
Yes.
They crumble.
Yes.
They stop up the sewer line. And you got to have it redone.
That's right. When I was working
The
with
water
Tony,
and
it's
sewer authority.
amazing that they were that I realized they were clay. I'm like,
Oh
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We have cave-ins
The-
all the
the-
time.
The water and sewer authority has plenty of money. And they got a few folks down there to decide how you gonna cut that pie up. And it's time out for it.
Yes.
It is time out for it. They are being bullies. It's what they're being to the folks who are paying the bill.
Yes.
Okay, what I want to do as a water board member is to find out as much about the operations as possible. I already showed you my notebook for all my information that I've already received. They've been forthcoming with the details, with the
They know.
information. I'm looking at how the bond money is. These documents talk about the bond money and what that's allocated for. And they recently approved a rate increase that people are going to see in January. And I want to make sure that that rate increase was justified.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot of deferred maintenance items, that is, things that were put off
Mhm.
over the
Mhm.
years. So I want to be reasonable and make sure that the increased fees are justified.
Mm.
If they are, no problem.
Mhm.
But you got to tell people, you got to let them know what they're paying for. You don't just thrust the increases on them and then they don't know what they're
Right.
paying for.
Right.
And so that is going to be my position, to find out as much as possible, to make that information available to citizens,
I definitely know.
and also have citizens in a position so that they can ask questions
Yeah.
that they're curious about. And I think
I
that
want to know
will.
more.
Now, water is so important.
It's life.
We look at so many things and we don't normally think about water, but we had better be thinking about water and air and all of this stuff. And when we say that elections have consequences, the change of leadership in Washington, D.C. is going to have an impact on our quality of life.
Absolutely.
Not just black and brown folks' quality of life,
no,
though.
No.
And I think some whites are operating under the illusion that bad stuff that's coming down is not going to impact them. But you remember I said earlier that Trump only cares about folks with money. If you're a millionaire, he cares about you. If you're not a millionaire, he could care less about you. And these policy changes that involve the environment, about the cost of things, tariffs, all of this stuff that's coming down is going to impact everybody. And the quality, whether we're able to breathe the air and survive, whether we're able to continue drinking the water. And Macon Bibb has a good quality of water.
I mean,
an
for a few
excellent
years,
quality.
had the best water in the country.
That's exactly right.
The process
exactly right. But we've got to make sure that things are done fairly. But from Washington, those elections will have consequences as far as our standard, our quality of life.
Because the water department, you still have to deal with federal agencies.
Absolutely.
But one thing that I wanted to piggyback on that Senator Lucas said that really, really hits at the true heart of America. I was just reading, Robert Reich had just wrote an article from a survey that said 82% of voters believe the concentration of power in the hands of a few corporations and wealthy people is problematic. Everything that he just said about why we've got to expand access, expand the voice on the Water Authority is exactly about what you were saying.
Right.
Because if not, then wealthy corporations or big jobs that come into this area, they end up having the final say. And I'm so glad that I'm so glad about this topic today, about these elections having consequences, because please, all my folk out here, hear me when I tell you, tariffs raise prices.
Yes.
On consumers.
That's right. It's
and
us
companies
that pays for stuff.
So goodbye, Temu. I know y'all love Temu.
Oh, I can't stand
so
it. That
goodbye,
stuff looks
Temu.
different than it.
Goodbye, Walmart. Everything you flip over Walmart is gonna say Taiwan or China, except for the section they have that's made in the USA. Goodbye, all these dollar stores. Yeah. All of the things in there. So.
Don't even talk about that, Ken.
I mean, when
we get plenty of lumber from Canada.
Yes.
What do you think gonna do? What it's gonna do to the housing market?
Yes, absolutely. And so once again, because we voted for this Biden-Harris administration, Joe Biden's team with John Ossoff just announced that the federal loan.
Hey, we can always count on the car and we don't need the car and the walking up.
Well, I'm okay with the car. Hold on. I'm always glad to see him on the other side.
Yeah.
It's always better to see him on the other side. But it is so important, what he's saying, because all your different parts are coming, cars are going to be out of those.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm an LG person. I love LG TVs. I love LG electronics. I better hold on to what I got.
Yeah, you better.
Because
make sure
anything that's LG,
you better
all this stuff is going to go.
You better hope they don't stop playing.
And look, they already, Mexico's president's pushing back on this Trump agenda.
Canada.
China
Some people are not afraid of his behind.
Justin Trudeau up here in Canada. Everybody's pushing back. The man told us when he debated Kamala that he only has concepts of plans.
Yeah.
And so, because Mexico ain't paid for no wall. He hadn't had an infrastructure week yet. There's not one policy. And I mean, all of these black men that bare their souls for Donald Trump, I saw someone ask if HUD is the black job. Apparently,
Oh yeah.
HUD is the only black job you
Yeah.
can get in the Trump administration.
Right, Randy.
Because he hasn't put
HUD
another,
is the black job.
He puts Tim Scott over here at the Republican Senate campaign committee, which is going to be, a crazy job, but not in the administration.
No.
All he did was make him a glorified campaign manager, not in his administration. So, elections, like she said, they just have very, very serious consequences. This fake department that he just created with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Let me tell you, Senator Lucas is here, Commissioner Lucas. They are much more well versed in government. They'll tell you, if it don't have a budget, it don't exist.
Right.
So that whole thing about a Department of Government Efficiency, they're volunteers because none of them want to go through a Senate confirmation process and an FBI background check.
Yeah. You or I would have to go through a background check if we were getting hired for anything.
That's right.
And there's something wrong when you don't want your folks to go through a background check, and you're at the highest level of government.
A private background.
Well, one of the things
you go and try and get a job and not have a background check and a drug test.
One of the things that we're gonna have to look at is the senators, the United States senators.
Yes.
Some of them are getting some backbone.
Oh yeah.
Because what the president wanted to do was for them to go in session. Yes. And he just go appoint. So then they go into recess, and then he could appoint them for 18 months.
All of their power.
But and I don't think that's gonna happen. You saw it with the Attorney General pick. You're gonna see it with Robert Kennedy being overheld.
And then don't forget Hegseth now. Don't forget that.
Now he has
he's trying to make a defense secretary.
Oh my.
Yeah, but one of the things that we as people need to understand what a tariff means.
Yes.
I'm
a business person. I'm Walmart. I go pick up the product at the port. The tariff is paid then, not after. It's paid then. When I bring it back to Walmart, the price going up because you finna pay for it.
Because you pay
more.
And what this is undercover in order to give tax breaks to his buddies and then talk about cutting Social Security. Now Social Security is the safety net where people have worked all these years. And when you draw Social Security, folks, do you have enough quarters in? That means, do you have enough time in working to put some money in the pot so you can get a check? People need to understand what's happening right now. Donald Trump told you what he was going to do in the very beginning, and he's doing it.
That's right.
Now, what I'm really worried about, we hadn't had a war fought in this country since the Civil War. People think, well, I ain't got nothing to do with Ukraine. You're a lie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about this whole thing. You talking about NATO, and you talking about folks getting together to try to be strong so they don't have to worry about folks like Putin. Well, Trump is going to try to take money from Ukraine to fight Russia back. Biden is putting in all the money now before he leaves for Ukraine to have a fighting chance.
Because they're fighting a war so that we don't have to fight it on our soil. I don't
see. We did that. We talked about the Civil War. The only other fight we had was the insurrection.
That's right.
Now here's a man who's president got accused of rape, having to pay,
convicted of rape,
34 counts, convicted, not sentenced.
That's right.
Mar-a-Lago secret documents. He had them down there because he's going to sell them to somebody.
Absolutely.
Trump is about making money. Now he gets rid of all of that. But let me tell you something. What you know what I look at? Just locally. Clifford Whippy ran for mayor, was accused of things and got exonerated by a federal court. And the next thing you heard, the GBI was going to come in and investigate Whippy while he was running for mayor. Now, I supported Clifford.
I did too.
But let me say something. Don't get me wrong. Lester Miller's done some good things. I didn't think Lester would do what he did. He put the mayor's office in charge of getting rid of burn up houses, run down houses, where folks in our community have been complaining about it all the time. And under previous administration, the only thing was taken care of was downtown. You didn't nobody downtown pay no money for them streets and for those pipes is getting fixed down there, them 100-year-old pipes. First Street was closed. They dug it up and redid it and replumbed it.
And I am fine, well, and good and appreciative of that, but I don't think he needs a third term to do more.
Well,
that's a discussion.
That's a
discussion.
I'm just saying, I'm fine, well, and good with that, but I don't think anybody needs an extension.
But that is a discussion, and I've had it with many folks. Some for it, and others against it.
Well, we are calling for organizations to have a town hall meeting with our entire legislative delegation there. And you let them know your feelings on this, because that decision is going to be made in Atlanta through the legislative delegation. It won't be a vote.
Yeah, the only reason why it becomes a concern of mine is because it's a Trump talking point. It is a MAGA talking point.
Well, Trump wants to be
happening in North Carolina,
king.
When you look at what's happening in North Carolina, when you listen in Texas, everywhere where you see the MAGA agenda, it's about term extensions.
Right.
And
but you were talking about term
about
limits.
Concentration of power.
You were talking about term limits when you were talking about consolidation.
Right.
And diluting Black voting strength. And indeed, consolidation did that.
Because when they're losing, we're stealing. But when they're winning, voting is fine.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right. Have y'all heard Trump say anything about this election being what was wrong with this one? I mean, the last one, he had folks to raid the Capitol.
That's right. And let's not forget that even programmatically, that Miller was able to do those things with some IRA funding. Some ARPA.
Yeah.
He was able to do that with ARPA funding. So let's be very clear.
It was
it was funding done by Democrats.
Exactly. I just want to be very clear. I just want to be very clear, because sometimes, like right now, where Joe Biden's administration has just given us a conditional $6 billion federal loan agreement. John just announced it from the Inflation Reduction Act to get this Rivian plant started again. With these electric vehicles.
Yeah.
The reason why that's critical is because we got to have more than Tesla. Okay. We got to have more than Tesla. So that's a check on Mr. Musk. That's a check on Mr. Musk. So I'm saying that while we are seeing a lot of craziness that will be coming from over here on the orange side, we're also seeing things that give me some glimmers of hope.
Yeah.
Susie Wild being his chief of staff. She's a mover and a shaker.
She seems like she's got good
quiet.
sense.
She's she's not like, I'm out here doing this. She's like, I'm down here doing
this. But let's
this.
hope she's able to influence enough.
She did.
That we don't have, because Trump is crazy.
I'm telling you, she definitely definitely helped to clear Matt Gaetz out of there.
Well,
and it's probably going to
Yeah.
and 504. Let's be very clear. You know,
So when elections have consequences,
major.
Pastor Lisa says there's no sound. Um,
But yeah, you are absolutely right. And when you talk about the amount of money that comes through
okay,
the
okay.
Department of
We just
Education,
finished talking
wow.
about that elections have consequences, and we were talking about the fact that Head Start is on the chopping block.
Yeah.
We were talking about those folks who have children with special needs,
Mhm.
and those who grow up. They don't just stay one age, they grow up and they continue to
That's right.
need
That's right.
services.
If you have a
All of those
daughter
people are
playing any sport,
impacted.
Title IX
Title
goes out the
Nine,
window.
Title Nine, which ensures that women have an equal, well, not quite equal standing, but at least a decent standing
Absolutely.
as far as sports. And
That's right.
there's just so much that we're talking about
And Commissioner, how
losing
many
with.
schools in Bibb County are Title One?
There are a number of schools
I mean, because I think
that
at
are
one point
Title One.
Springdale and Alex in the Magnets. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. At one point, I think Springdale was on.
If
Springdale
they're not
and
Title
Rosa
One, they
Taylor.
still qualify for some services,
Wow.
some of the
Yeah.
programs.
So all of
So
that. All of
yeah, there is a lot. Elections have consequences. They have consequences, and we're sorry we missed a little bit of this. And if our engineer will allow us, we're going to go over a little bit because this is just too good.
It's
Uh,
serious business.
Pastor Lisa joined us a while back, but we were
Hey,
so busy
Pastor. Bless you,
talking
Pastor.
until we didn't get a chance to acknowledge our new folks who had joined us. Um, let's see, Hildred Jones. People panicking. They lost the sound.
Oh no.
I hope y'all were able to hear the really, really good part because we were giving Trump hell. This gospel station, I can't say hell.
Hell in the
I
Bible.
just said it
It's in the Bible.
twice.
You can say hell. It's
I
in the
just
Bible.
said it twice. Um, yeah, I wanted to make sure that we acknowledged all of our Rhonda Bird is with
Hey,
us.
Rhonda.
Yeah, yeah. We want to always acknowledge the folks who are hanging in here with us. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
But
And
you
now
know,
this discussion is
State
going to
Senator,
continue next week too.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, hell is real,
State
Pastor.
Senator
Go ahead.
mentioned
Miss
about
Miss Lucas,
he mentioned about that
I didn't
Social
know you
Security.
used such vulgarity.
Wait till she gets on
Yes,
that
you
water
do.
board.
Yes, you
Um,
do.
you know, Senator Lucas mentioned Social Security and just and it being a safety net.
Mhm.
The other issue that we want to make sure that y'all understand as voters and as citizens is this. You are going to hear all kinds of garbage coming from this new Department of Government Efficiency called
Mhm.
DOE. First of all, it's not a department.
Right.
These two folks are seasoned people. They are literal experts on government policy. If it ain't a budget, there's not a department. So it's literally a committee of two, if you will. And now they've made um, Beach Blonde, Bad
Bad
Built
built
Butch Body,
butch body.
the House, the congressional person who's going to be on the subcommittee
Uh-huh.
that's only going to hear all this garbage and recommendations,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to be doing a podcast. What we want you to understand is it don't matter what they say or do, ain't none of that ever happens
Right.
because they have
Yeah.
no power
Yeah. They're
or
gonna
no
talk.
authority. But what we also need you to understand is that you elected this Harris Walls administration that has government running so efficiently that no matter what they're talking about doing, hear what Senator Lucas is saying. They're going to have to go after Social Security, Medicare, or defense. Isn't that where all the money is, Senator? You
That
know, they ain't going after them defense.
and a concept of getting rid of 40 million folks who are on
Oh,
Affordable
the
Care Act.
employees,
Yes,
the folks
right.
who are on the civil service,
Right.
they're talking about
And they
just
want to
getting rid of them
privatize.
unless they know that they're loyal to
Right.
them.
Right.
You know, you say, how can you do this? And they might not be able to do it. They won't be able to do it. However, they can do so much damage and create such ill will and such anxiety while they're proposing this kind of stuff. Just think about the people, the immigrants, and just think what they're dealing with right now. And they're going to make some mistakes and seek to imprison first in concentration camps and then to send out of this country people. They're not going to determine whether they're legal or illegal. They will.
My passport and birth certificate.
You don't know. We don't look Hispanic, but they could say we look
We enemies of the
Hispanic.
state.
We're enemies of the state. Yeah.
They can just say anything.
And so there is so much to be dealt with here.
There really is.
And we have got to have some strong people. Now,
There's really good. And it's mandate and being taken to the state. It's that decision that your body is going to have to make.
My understanding, just listening to him, has you to round up folks and create these concentration camps. What we fail to understand, the farming community, a lot of migrants work in the farming community to get the crops out the field.
Yeah.
Like he talked about eating cats and dogs and eating the geese that swim at the pond. Well, I like geese smoked. I eat geese, but I like it smoked. But the people in Ohio recruited those folks to work in those factories that they had created.
That's right.
And so Trump doesn't mind lying. He's a professional liar.
yeah.
Is what he is. When you watch television, Giuliani crying like a baby. I don't have this. You need to delay this. You didn't have no problem. You didn't have no problem when you said what you said about those women. You defamed them. They got threats.
That's right.
Because of what you did. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Now, let's see. One of you or any of us, let's go out and we'll commit a crime. And then we go to court and we say, oh, Trump says that I need to be pardoned. I don't need to be punished. I don't need to go to trial. You think that'll work for you? You think that's going to work for any of us? What we're about to see is some stuff that we're just really going to say, I don't believe that happened. Some people being pardoned who committed crimes. All of those folks who ran up there and assaulted police officers, killed, caused the suicides of police officers and other folks. Went in and did millions of dollars of damage in the Capitol, in a governmental building, an insurrection. And those folks, the criminal Trump, is about to say, well, they don't need to be punished for that.
Right.
And a lot of those criminals are already saying, well, I want this to be put off, my trial to be put off, because they're anticipating getting away with crimes.
That's right.
Could any of us do that?
And to piggyback again on what State Senator Lucas is saying about how, okay, so you're going to get rid of all of these migrant workers. So strawberries going to be about $10 a
Uh-huh.
basket. You can tell
Tomatoes.
Chipotle
You
just
know.
that
Yeah.
because their biggest sales item is guacamole,
Yeah.
and avocado is going to be about
Oh
20
yeah.
$30 each.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, so when you talk about the impact, and once again, if they could use mass incarceration, if they could go into prisons and put them folk out there to pick strawberries,
Uh-huh.
they would have done it long time
Uh-huh.
ago. They
Uh-huh.
can't,
Uh,
right? Because once again, there's a shortage of people
right.
who are going to
Right.
prison. But you know, the one thing that I do want some spring cleaning,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can only be a president twice.
Yeah.
It can be consecutive or non-consecutive, but only twice.
Yeah.
Right
But his
now,
plan is
well,
to try
well,
and stay, figure
let,
out a way to stay.
well, let me just say this. Number one, in the House of Representatives, right now we only have a difference of about 6, and that's without all the resignations. So, you know, hey, Hakeem Jeffries, who is one day going to be our first black
Uh-huh.
Speaker of the
I
House,
believe
he's
so.
getting ready to be doing a lot of blocking and building
Yeah.
over there in Congress. And then, as much as I've always been against the filibuster,
Yeah.
I'm not right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
because he's gonna
Oh
have to have
yeah.
60 to
Yeah.
get everything done.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be very hard for him to get. He's got 53 Republicans. It's going to be really hard for him to get 7 Democrats to come over his way,
Yeah.
and some of them 53 Republicans. Because in the U.S. Senate, you get 6 terms, you get 6 years. So it's like, hey, I can float you out for 6 years,
Yeah.
but you're gonna be gone in 4.
Yeah.
So I ain't got to be over here bowing and scraping if I got my 6 years to go. So we're going to see a lot of folks who are, who definitely aren't going to bow.
Right. Right.
People have been asking me, about Vice President Harris. I don't know if some of you got a chance to join the call with she and Governor Walz yesterday, but understand this. Kamala Harris is not going to be folding up her tent and going
Oh
home
no.
to
Oh no.
crochet.
She still got
Um,
work to do before.
that's right. There are
Yeah.
conversations about her possibly becoming our first black woman governor,
Mhm.
because Gavin Newsom's term is
I
up.
believe that's what
He's,
she's
a
gonna do.
2028,
Yeah.
possibility. She also, some recent polls have shown where people want her to run again in 2028 when she has the opportunity. She has booked speaking engagements. She is going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's going to be fine.
Oh, y'all hear the Ask Elaine. I hope y'all have enjoyed
I
today's
have.
show. It is so
I have learned
wonderful
so
to get
much.
all this information. Next week, we're going to continue our discussion on elections have consequences. And we're going to talk about the plots and schemes that are being put up against DA Anita Reynolds Howard
What?
and the other black DAs around the state. We're going to talk
What?
about that. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about that. We want to thank Senator Lucas. Thank you so
Senator
much.
Lucas,
And
for
we
your
want to thank
service.
the coroner for bringing you some
Thank you,
lozenges
Coroner
because it
Jones.
did help. It did help for a while. Thank you so much.
I have to take
We
them
got to
all.
get him. We got to get you a few more of those. And thank you so much, Kimberly.
Thank
We're
you for
so
having me.
pleased,
I
so
love coming
fortunate
home and coming
that
here.
you were in town this week and we could get the benefit of your
Thank
information
you.
and expertise. So, y'all join us again next week.